Hi there, music fans. Welcome to another one of my polls, another top 10. And today I'd like to give you my top 10 Beatles covers by the fantastic Hank Marvin and the Shadows. And it's kind of a follow up to the video I uploaded yesterday with the Shadows and the Beatles connections. And Hank Marvin has covered a lot of Beatles tunes in his career. I'm sure he's a big fan, and I always said he did an album. Or an album was released about 20 years ago. Hank Marvin and the Shadows play Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, play the songs of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. And I think they should put another album out of Hank Marvin and the Shadows play the Beatles. I think that would be fantastic, and maybe Hank record a couple of more songs or a couple more tracks to go on to that as well. It'd be absolutely amazing. But he has recorded quite a few Beatles covers in the last 20, 30 years, and or even going back even further than that. So here's my top 10. At number 10, I have A Hard Day's Night. Hank done a fantastic version of on his album Hank at the Movies. Absolutely love his version. It's the opening track of that album. Just a great album. Number 9, I have Good Day Sunshine, which came from the album Hank, which is a lot of summer type songs on that album. It's just a fantastic album as well. And so number 8, I have Fool on a Hill, which came from Hank's last studio album, Without a Word. Absolutely fantastic album. He done a couple of Beatles covers on that one, and there's two in this top 10, and the first one I have is number 8, is Fool on a Hill. Number 7, I have one from the Shadows, and the Shadows made some fantastic albums in the 80s. I kind of have mixed feelings about them because I used to love all the covers they did on their albums back in the 80s, but now I love listening to them albums for the original tracks, which I kind of dismissed back when I was younger. But Hey Jude was on an album, an absolutely fantastic album called Moonlight Shadows. Absolutely fantastic track. So number 6, I have another one from Without a Word, and it's Michelle. Absolutely beautiful version Hank does on that album, Without a Word. Number 5, I have Eleanor Rigby, which came from Guitar Player, which was Hank's acoustic solo album. Absolutely fantastic album. It's definitely, I think it might be my second favorite after his first album. I absolutely love his debut solo album, but I think if I had to pick a second one, I'd go with Guitar Player. Absolutely love that album. All the acoustic guitars on that, absolutely fantastic. Eleanor Rigby is definitely a standout track. Back to the Shadows again for Strawberry Fields Forever, which they had on the album Reflections, which I think was the first vinyl I ever bought of the Shadows. Back when I was probably about 13, 14 years old, I bought that album. Absolutely love it, and it has Strawberry Fields Forever. It's not on Spotify. I'd love them to put all these tracks on Spotify. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So number 3, I have another one from Guitar Player, and it's Ticket to Ride. Just an absolutely fantastic acoustic, again, version of that. Stunning. I'm not leaving George Harrison out because my number 2 is from Guitar Man, and it's While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Absolutely stunning version of that instrumental version of just a George Harrison Beatles classic. And my number 1 is an instrumental that was actually written for the Shadows. Paul McCartney actually wrote it as and presented it to, I think it was Bruce Welch of the Shadows. He played them this instrumental, and then as the story goes, he said, I'll just finish up the tune and then I'll send it to you on a tape. And they never got the tape. Nobody ever got the tape. And so the Shadows never recorded it. But when the Beatles' next album came out, it was on Revolver. It was here, there, and everywhere. And so the Shadows never recorded a version of it. But Hank finally did many, many years later on a fantastic album called Guitar Man. Absolutely loved that version. So that's definitely my number 1 of the Hank Marvin and Shadows covers of Beatles songs. And yeah, a couple of them missed my top 10. And They come from a Shadows album, which I kind of have mixed feelings about, from 1970. The album was called Shades of Rock, where they covered three Beatles tracks: Get Back, Paperback Writer, and Something. And just missing my top 10, I'd have Something, because that's absolutely stunning. But the one thing, I kind of have mixed feelings about the album, as I say. Sometimes I love putting the CD on the car, blasting it away. I absolutely love it, but it's not a Shadows album I go back to too many times, and like I do all the rest of their albums. And it's missing one crucial ingredient. Bruce Welch is not on the album. It's more like a duets album, I feel, with Hank on lead guitar and Alan um, Hawkshaw on keyboards. He plays the electric piano, and he's an absolutely fantastic musician. But it doesn't really have the Shadows sound to me, and I think the most Shadow sounding track on that album is Something, the George Harrison cover, the Beatles George Harrison cover, and I absolutely love that one. But I kind of have mixed feelings about the rest of the album. But just for fun, that was my top 10. I'll give them to you real quick again. Hard Day's Night, Good Day Sunshine, Fool on a Hill, Hey Jude, Michelle, Eleanor Rigby, Strawberry Fields Forever, Ticket to Ride, Why My Guitar Gently Weeps, and my number one, Here, There, and Everywhere. So once again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more of my videos. I intend to do a lot more Beatles related videos, the Shadows related videos, Cliff related videos, Cliff and the Shadows related videos, and you'll get them instantly when you subscribe. Just click that button and click the bell as well if you feel inclined. Yeah, any comments, leave them in the section below. If not, thank you and bye.